Hello again. I'm working on the AK. It's the little moped from the 70s, and I've taken out the restrictor that was in the air filter, but it's pretty straightforward to do that. I've checked the carb's the right size to make it de-restricted, but now the exhaust is the restricting part of it. So I've got the bike here. They made three different types of exhaust from what I can work out. There's a brilliant Facebook group with the APs, which is really handy. They all seem to know what they're talking about. So apparently the downpipe is the same up to here, but then that can go restricted into a small tube that runs further into the exhaust. And when I say small, it's probably 10mm tube, which is restrictive. And other ways, like on this one, because I've had it off before, it's got a different baffle in it, and it's got these metal plates in here. So I've seen 3 of them, and they're all about 10mm. It's got a hole in them about 10mm for the exhaust to come through. So the idea is I need to drill the holes 30mm, which is what the size is on the original exhaust, on the AP exhaust. So what I've got is I call them a Christmas tree cutter. So this last step here is 30mm. That's about 34mm, is the next one. So I'm going to use the grinder with a sanding wheel on and just grind that down. So that's the same thickness as that. And that way I can drill out the exhaust. But as you can imagine, it's not going to go very far. I'll get the first plate. So what I've got is a steel rod with a hole in the middle. Unfortunately, this is a real nice tight fit. So the idea is I'm going to weld the tube to the Christmas tree, and then when I put this on my drill, I'll be able to keep drilling down the exhaust all the way down. Well, I'm sure I don't have to go that far. And then once I've drilled these plates, I'll be able to put a torch down and see if I've got the small tube that comes up here. If I have, I'll have to cut the exhaust here, take the small tube off, and then re-weld it again, which I don't want to cut it if I don't have to. And I can weld it no problem, but I'll have to get some stainless welding wire. I think I've got some somewhere. I'll have a look. Right, let's get the exhaust off and I'll show you the plates that I'm talking about. Right, that's the plate, the restrictor plate. This main hole, the first hole it goes through, is what size I want the restrictor plates to be. So there's the baffle, and the small tube fits through the small hole. So with the AP baffles, it's 30mm, and it's much longer than that one, so it goes a lot further in. So if I cut this out to 30, I'll try it with that baffle in. If it's still restricted, I'll get hold of an AP baffle. Apparently you still can get them. Right, let's get some welding done and see if we can drill this out. Right, that's it welded on. So now I've just got to grind the last ledge off to make it the right diameter. That's the bottom bit ground off, so that's that fits through the first step. So let's get drilling. Hopefully it's not too thick. Well, that's the first one done. It wasn't that hard. I sort of wedged it in the corner of my foot on the bottom because it is jamming up quite a bit. And I've been spraying lots of WD-40 down there. Right, let's move on to the next one. Well, that's the second one. Let's get this third one out. It seems to be easier. The first ones are worse because I'm guessing they've stamped the hole in the steel, and it's a bit thicker to go through where it's bent over. And the first couple of steps are quite difficult because they're the ones I use most of the time. So the deeper down I go, the easier it gets. Right, next one. Right, that's still smoking. See if we can have a look in there. Right, it's hard to see what's down there. If I shine a light up the bottom, yeah, can't see anything. Right, see if I can get a better look. Right, I can see now. I've got a light down the bottom, and you can see right down to the bend. I'll focus on it. So that's everything out of there now, which is good. I'll give it a rinse out and a blow out and stick it on the bike. Looking forward to seeing how it goes now. Right, that's the exhaust back on, but I don't know if you can hear it, but it's pouring it down now, and I'm not going to go out and get wet, and I really don't want the bike to go out and get wet, so hopefully it'll dry up a bit later. I can go and give it a go, and I'll post back and see if we can get past 40 miles an hour. Right, I've just been out for a test ride on the bike, and it pulls like a train now compared to what it used to do. It does really pick up much quicker. Really loud though, much louder. Not in an offensive way, but just as it was quite a quiet bike before, but it has got loud now, so I might have to look into getting the AP baffle. Brilliant fun, but it didn't really want to go over 40 miles an hour again. So I did have a problem where it seemed to be like running out of petrol, even though it wasn't. Anyway, I filled the tank up, and that seemed to cure that problem. I don't know if it was because it's got slight blockage and it needed a bit more weight behind it. I think I did get a new tap for it, but that ends up on my other bike. Right, so yeah, so much better than it was, so much faster, up to 40. So it gets to 40 no problem in fourth gear, but you put it in fifth and it just doesn't do any more. But I haven't been for a long ride in it, I've just been for a short one, so I'll try it. I'll carry on trying it and see, but it's definitely better than it was. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.